So, greetings and salutations, everybody. Now that you've listened to enough horse shit from Red, I just got Geo with me, my partner in crime for this endeavor.
Hello,
The
Sly.
hello, and what do you call it? So, long story short, I've set a date. I've set a date for the test. That date is, just so there's no confusion, right here. There's the date. There's the place. Um, I'm going to be doing it this Saturday. Um, and Geo, with his infinite technology skills, or at least hardcore gaming needs, he's going to be live streaming it. And now I can't really promise what's going to be in the live stream other than just watching us do the test. But and then shortly afterwards, obviously, all of the video material will be out. Dora, as far as what time, you need to understand we're in Central European time, so it's going to be starting, somewhat early in the morning, and ending when it's done. I mean, I realize that sounds vague, but I'm not trying to nail it down to we're going to be starting at exactly this time and ending at exactly this time because I want to allow for time for should anything go wrong or should anything get uh, you know and allow for any possibility that we might need more time. One thing that is also a consideration is the actual photographs that are going to be made as far as the test results. Depending on exactly how the day is going to be, the we might have to wait until later in the day until the sun gets a little bit lower to actually make the final photographs. So, and that's just basically that. It's that's about as narrow of a time frame as I can give you. So anybody who wants to come by or anybody who's planning on coming by, just be there anytime. Basically, the only times we're not going to be there is when it's dark. That's about it. And yes, the city is named. Well, actually, in German, it's called Bug. But what do you call it? But yes, Bug, Germany. It's between Bug, Germany, and Bamberg. But it's on the Bamberg side of the river. But it just looks cool to say Bug. But no, so that's when this is going to happen. I found all the filling needs that I'm going to need. For some people who might be actually familiar with it, I'm going to be filling up all the tubes prior to my departure, actually the day before my departure. And I'm going to be doing that at McCully Barracks. Some people might recognize that name. And and that's in Wackernheim. And I found a nice big open motor pool that I can actually lay out the pipes and fill them up. And I will be filming that and make that as part of the footage that comes out. I will be making all measurements and all raw footage that pertains at least to the test itself. I will be making all of that public after I release, obviously, the video. I'll just put it up on a Google Drive, and y'all can just have at it. Because unlike flat earthers, I make my information public. I make my results public. I have nothing to hide it. Let me see. Did Tommy just get that right there? Let me check this here. Yes. Here, let me just pull this on over here. Like that. This is what Tommy just put up. Okay. Boog is here. Bamberg is up here.
So, Sly, I actually just checked this. Officially, Bug is a part of Bamberg.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Yeah, and officially, we are on Bambergian soil. Just saying.
Yeah. But when you zoom into this area, you're obviously going to notice this very long, straight, man-made canal here, which is a bypass for the river. Because it's a well-traveled river as far as business goes.
Actually, it isn't.
Well, I saw at least 3 boats when I was there.
Yeah, but not on the river, on the canal. The
Yeah,
river is too
that's what I
shallow.
mean. That's what I mean on the canal.
You can forget about the river. It's too shallow for any type of boat traffic.
Right. And that was the reason why they have this built.
Okay.
And it's all man-made. There's plenty of people out there who still are of the opinion that you can't line things up in a straight line over distance. I don't know why. I guess we're just gonna have to show you. But no, I already today I also made sure that the alignment board and the backboard for post 16 were made, and so yeah, this is happening, and so um, yeah, anybody who wants to come by, just make sure you just swing on by. The more people who get film of this, the more people who get photos of this, the merrier. I'm all about it. Just bring your own stuff and don't just rely on my film material. Let anybody do it anytime they want. But as long as you just release your footage after I release my video, that's all. And yeah, that's all I really had to put out on this. So there's the date, there's the location, right down to the GPS locations of where we're going to be parking. So it just finally came down to I've been looking to finally get the weather right, and as far as timing goes, no, why does that keep going to Wiesbaden? Let's see, Bamberg, and the way it's looking right now. Now it says rain. There's probably going to be a little bit of drizzle here, but it's talking about very light, if any, and which if spring holds the way it does, that's probably not going to be rain. That's just going to be cloudy. But anybody who is coming out, make sure you bring an umbrella just in case. But as we've noticed before, the reason why I need it on a crappy day like this, for anybody who might be new to this subject, I need it on a crappy day for the visual, for being able to see clearly over that distance. We've already kind of been down this road, and when I went out by myself, and then when Gio and I both went out, uh, they were relatively warm days, with the sun kind of coming through, and the footage over the distance was horrible. I mean, it doesn't mean we can't use it. It's just it's not optimal by any stretch of the imagination. But when I went out there another time when it was overcast and kind of a crummy day, let me go ahead and back this up a little bit here. That's my drone at 1,700 meters from the camera. Actually, it's about 1,750 meters from the camera. Now, a little difficult to see it right now because I have it pointed directly at the camera, so I can see if I can see the marker light, and which is that little thing in the middle there blinking. But that's at 1,700 meters. That card on the top of it right there is 6 centimeters tall. So it's not going to be very difficult to see that distance. But we need an overcast day. So that's why I need a crummy day. That's why weather has been a big part of the planning of this. But no, and I mean that's all there really is to it. We're gonna go out there, we're gonna run that stretch of pipes down here, we're gonna line them up, we're gonna, do the photos, align the markers, and also there's going to be somewhat of a laser test between post 16 and 15, as I explained to other people before, and that's just what it's going to be. We're gonna have a lot of fun out there. But it's also going to be a lot of work. I mean, make no mistake about that. This is not going to be, just kind of going out there walking around in the grass. But I also would like to ask anybody who's planning on coming by to. This is a nature protected area. It's a water protected area. So when you come by, don't come there planning on messing the place up, because last thing we want to do is get in trouble or screw up the area at all. We want to have it nice and clean. So preferably no glass bottles and all that other stuff, because I also see a lot of dogs walking around, and I am sympathetic to that. I just want to make sure that everybody is prepared for what's going on, and dress warm and bring an umbrella. Now, when it comes down to, there's another subject I want to bring up here real quick, because this is this is a very important subject to discuss. Now, on my last video, I explained about what happened with the Indiegogo thing. It was very screwed up what happened. Like I said, we could blame flat earthers for it, but that's just going to go into an argument into nothing. The Indiegogo refunded all of the donations that were made from people who actually purchased perks. The perks being tickets for to become the new owner of the camera that was purchased for this, and so it's that turned into a really awkward situation for me. So what I'm looking at right now, and what I did was I put out, there was a lot of people who were like, well, I don't care, I still want to donate, I still want to help out. It was just nice to take a shot at the camera. And I put out a PayPal link on my last video, and I have to say I woke up the next morning humbled by it, because yes, Bob, yours is going to be on the first one. The thing is that I lost out of the fundraiser. I lost $2,000, meaning that $2,000 on or about $2,000 was refunded back to people who donated. And when I put out that PayPal link on my last video, yeah, let's just say it like this: I got half of that money back, and I'm nothing but humbled by that. I just thank everybody for their support on this, and so it's been really incredible, the amount of backup that people have given me for this. And like I said, it wasn't going to stop the test from happening, but it definitely lessens the financial burden that this ended up taking on me. So I just wanted to make sure that I said thank you to everybody. Now, currently, right now, I'm going to be honest, I am not anticipating doing a new raffle. The reason why I'm not anticipating doing a new raffle is, number one, in case I have to give this camera to this guy for payment, or what do you call it? Or, however you want to look at that, because the problem is that there's absolutely no way that I could have transparency on doing a raffle when everybody has to only trust what I got through PayPal. And I don't want that to turn into a big argument. And I don't want to that to turn into something of, Sly didn't show everybody and he only gave it to who he wanted to. I've been so, this camera has been sitting here, and I almost have it as, I treat it as almost as if it's one of my kids, because I don't want anything bad to happen to it. Because I was so anticipating giving it to somebody else for their support. But that's yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now on that. So but I plan on putting it to good use. There's a couple other things that I'm going to be doing with it. So I hope everybody is at least in some way understanding on that. And but like I said, this has just been kind of an up and down ride, and I'm so happy to we're finally going to be doing the test. And like I said, so everybody's welcome to come out. I don't really I have no qualms if you're a flat earther, or if you're a globe earther, or if you're just some dude who wants to come out and sit in the grass in the rain. I really don't care. It doesn't bother me if you are of a different opinion. And to be honest, and I've said this before, if you are a flat earther and you come out to my test, make yourself known to me. The reason why, and I'm going to be honest about that, the reason why is because I want you standing right next to me through this whole test. I want to answer your questions. I want to show things the way you want to see them. Mind you, I'm not going to alter my test for you. But what do you call it? I want to make sure that you don't walk away with any questions. Cool. But yeah, so that's kind of where everything's at. and I'm still hoping to have some pizza out there, and in the German tradition of the completion of an activity, we'll probably have some non-alcoholic beer because everybody's gonna have to drive home.
What?
Hey,
None what?
yeah, well, I'm not trying to be responsible for anybody get screwed up on their ride home, and what do you call it? Even you, but even though you don't have as far to drive as I do.
Well, Sly, the trick is to drink in the morning and then drive home later.
Yeah, but in the morning we're not done.
Yeah, that's actually true.
But nevertheless, no, it's going to be a good time out there, and so we're just gonna go out there and get the job done, and make the photos, take the drone footage, do the laser test, all that stuff, and it's gonna be a great time. And you're right, RY Schrock, German cops don't joke around when it comes to drones. So especially not driving. So, but yeah, I know, dang. Geo's already gonna give me shit about it, but I don't care.
Oh, I'm already loading my rifle.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. The rifle you don't have.
Well, actually, forget it.
Yeah, if I come up with one between the eyes, man, people are gonna think it was you. But
Anyway, you know that you're gonna get a little bit of a present from me on that day.
why does that sound scary?
I think I already told you on Google Hangouts.
Did you? Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You showed me the picture. Yeah. Well, that one we can discuss. But what do you call it? Because that's our own damn fault. So
You obviously don't consume it on the day of the test.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, on the day of the test, yeah, but not before driving back to wherever you came from.
No, that is going to be my ultimate. I'm going to enjoy that when ultimately everything is finished, to include getting everybody home, including myself, and then I'll put my feet up and what do you call it? Review all the footage and enjoy that. But nevertheless, so that's what we got for anybody who just got here. This is the date for the test. This is the location of the test. The test will be occurring, and that's basically that. We're going to be knocking this out, and there's no specific times. Just show up when you're able. I'm going to be there kind of early. The reason why I'm going to be there early is because we need to, I want to get started as early as possible. So, should anything go wrong or need attention, extra attention that unforeseen circumstances, then we'll be able to address it so we can get the entire test done in a reasonable amount of time. So that's it. Any flat earther shows up, really, come make yourself known to me, and I will have you standing next to me throughout the whole test. And you can go with me when I'm doing the hookups. You can go with me when I'm doing the measurements, and you can stand next to me while we're watching the alignments. I mean, really, I want everybody. Time difference to U.S. Eastern, 6 hours. 6 hours. In other words, you will be 6 hours earlier than us. So it's probably going to start at your time, probably about 2, 3 in the morning.
Wait, stop. That would be 8 o'clock our time. Isn't that a little bit late?
No.
Okay. Well, if I would do this, I'd probably be there at 6 o'clock.
Well, I'm trying to be as early as possible, but I'm just being realistic.
Alrighty then.
Should anything go wrong. So actually I think we're UTC plus. Are we?
Yes, currently we're UTC +2 because it's daylight savings time.
Right. But so that's what's going on, and Geo's going to be bringing out his GWiz kit, and we're going to be doing the live stream for as long as we can get it, and he says that he's got equipment that's not exactly 100% reliable as far as his laptop goes. My laptop doesn't have a very long battery life, so it's going to be interesting. We'll probably be swapping back and forth,
Trust me, the battery life won't be the problem.
Oh no, I'm talking about battery life on our laptops and tablets.
Yeah, again, not a problem because we can just plug them in.
Yeah, and what do you call it? So it's going to be an interesting day. Like I said, there's going to be a lot to see in the live stream, so make sure you pay attention to that. And but even more is going to be seen when I actually release the footage and also release the raw footage to the public. So I really hope that I get a lot of people watching this, and make sure you feel free to critique it. I am not a person who's afraid of critiques in any way. It's just that if you're going to critique it, then you got to come with some numbers, or you got to come with some constructive criticism, not just buzzwords. I've already had a lot of people give me refraction problems. I've had a lot of people, and then of course every flat earther has said perspective, which until you come to me with some numbers, I don't know what to do with that. So coming to me with a word in ultimately a mathematical problem. Yaroon, thank you, bud. The what do you call it? Ultimately, this is a mathematical exercise and an observation exercise. So buzzwords don't compute. Let's just say it that way. I mean, I can't put the word perspective into a calculator or onto well, I don't know. Can you put it in GeoGebra? Probably not, right?
What exactly?
Can you actually add the word perspective to GeoGebra?
Yeah, sure. It's just a text field.
Yeah, I meant as a calculation.
Well, kind of.
Yeah, but not the way they mean it. Because perspective, according to flat earthers, it makes things move up, makes things move down, makes things disappear without changing size, make things move left, make things move right, rotates depending on which latitude you're on. Yeah.
Well, it's like unlike flat earthers, GeoGebra is actually accurate.
Well, yeah. Of course it is. It's just the problem is that has been the argument from PW, from Dell, and from Bob from Globebusters, because Jaren's afraid to talk about it, and because Jaren's not good at calling me a liar, and so if you're going to come to me with something, please, I mean, by all means, and do it before the test so I can actually incorporate some information into what it is that I'm trying to do. But if you're just going to come to me with it don't work, or one thing that a lot of people like to say is that I'm a scam artist and the test isn't going to happen, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. If you're going to be one of those punks, just save it. I've heard it all before, and you're not going to surprise me, and you're definitely not going to shock anybody with your comments. Oh, okay. Who's that? Okay, that. Jen, you said you asked about the PayPal address. The PayPal address that I have, I promised that I was only going to put it under one video, and that was my last video. So if you look under my last video, which is it's listed as Bending Water Test last Indiegogo update, then I mean, by all means, man, I would really appreciate it. Jimbo, thank you, man. Or wait, that's not Jimbo. That's Jimbo Joe. Don't drink till you get home. Nope, I don't plan on it. One thing that if I make any plans for a day, one thing that I don't plan on doing is dying. So and rolling down the Autobahn with a whole bunch of junk in the back of my car after we're all done with this. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. I got a 4-hour drive after this test.
So. I was about to say, bad idea. Very bad idea.
Doesn't work very well. Doesn't go well with my future plans. But so that's where we're at. Didn't want to make the even this long, but I just wanted to make sure I covered at least anything that was off the top of my head about this test. So we're gonna be all good. And I forced Geo to change his schedule so he could be there. And
yeah, fine.
Well, only one of my my boys is going to be able to show up because the other one, well, he's older now. He works, so there's wasn't much I could do about that. So anybody who wants to come by and give us a hand, more than welcome, and it will be much appreciated. So, ladies and gents, and Gio, I really appreciate you all stopping by, and so this will probably be my last update on this. Should unless something major comes up or a cancellation comes up, but I don't foresee that right now.
Yeah, I was about to say, what happens if there's a sudden weather change or something?
Well, the way I see it, the last couple of evenings that we've had, where the weather clears up kind of towards the evening, is what do you call it? That's why I'm saying we could be waiting until about sunset to do some of the measurements, because then it'll clear up all by itself anyway. As far as the visibility over the distance. So right now, the only thing that I'm hoping it doesn't do is actually predict for worse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
Because I mean, if it looks like it's going to be, thunderstorms and snow and shit like that, obviously I'm not going to go out there. Well, snow wouldn't be all that bad, honestly. But I mean, we just had snow the other day here. But no, this has got to happen because otherwise, because we're creeping out of well, we're almost in the middle of spring now, and pretty soon it's going to start getting really warm, and then we won't be able to do the test at all, regardless of what the weather's like. And because I need that clear shot, I need that clear view. So otherwise, everybody's just going to say, "Oh no, I can't see anything there," But follow people like Dearth who have unfocused video and say, "Hey, that's the sun disappearing." But but anyway, like I said, ladies and gents, I really appreciate you stopping by, and what do you call it? And I hope to see as many people as feel like showing up. I hope to see y'all out there, because this is going to be a lot of fun. All right, so, and Gio, you and your G-Wiz kit, man, don't break it before Saturday.
The batteries are already being charged.
Sweet, that is so awesome. And so we're gonna have some fun. All right, so anyway, I'm blabbering. You guys have yourselves a great night.